back to your camera, and you are on live.
Setting it up. Okay, we're streaming live now. Where's Madam Chair?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, Phil,
Yeah.
where's our list of,
Oh, hit participants up top.
Up here?
No, down,
Bottom.
on bottom.
Just
oh, more?
over, left, there you
Oh,
go.
there.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Now we're ready.
Okay, thank you, sir. First, we will have roll call by Assistant Commissioner Ron.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Jones,
Present.
Land,
Here.
Levy,
Present.
Santiago,
Present.
Perez,
Present.
all present.
Thank you. First, we'll have approval of the minutes of the March 9th meeting.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and second to approve the minutes of March 9th. Any corrections? Additions? If not, all those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Opposes? Motion passes. The first item on the agenda is 0696-20. Assistant Commissioner Ron, would you read the item, please?
Certainly, we have a communication from Alder Jones on behalf of We Energies requesting an easement to cover installation and maintenance of a transformer and underground infrastructure across a portion of the Johnson Park property. Commissioner Eeg.
Yes, Madam Chairman, committee members, as outlined in the memo, last July during the storm, We Energies transformer shifted away from the building. They lost power at Johnson Park by the golf course. We Energies came back. They wish to relocate the transformer, so this won't happen during another storm. So they're requesting to relocate their easement to have better storm maintenance on it. So we're recommending that you approve the easement as shown.
Thank you, Mr. Eek. Any questions from committee members? If not, I will entertain a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0696-20. As if there are no questions, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion passes. The next item is on our agenda is 0243-21. Unfortunately, this item was placed on the agenda without the approval of the chair or the assistant chair. And therefore, we need to have a motion to defer this until our next meeting, which is April 27, to give staff time enough to get all the details involved in this item.
Move to defer to the 27th.
Second.
Second.
Motion and second to defer item 0243-21 until our next meeting, which is April 27, 2021. Any questions, comments? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is 0245-21. Assistant
Okay, we have a-
Commissioner would,
Sorry.
go ahead, please, sorry.
We have a communication sponsored by Alder Tate on behalf of the Racine Revitalization Project requesting that drop-off fees be waived at the Pearl Street facility to support their Uptown cleanup event on Saturday, May 8th, 2021. Commissioner Rooney.
Madam Chair, committee members, the memo that we have attached states that Racine Revitalization Partnership, in conjunction with a local church group, is conducting a cleanup event in Uptown on Saturday, May 8th, 2021. They have requested that the Pearl Street facility be made available to them free of charge to support the event. They anticipate that between 5 and 10 truckloads of trash and debris will be cleaned up in local yards and alleys. Additionally, they expect to have some tires. According to the attached email, this has been a standard operating procedure for this event in the past. We recommend that the Pearl Street facility be made available free of charge to the citizens participating in this event, and that Randy Eschman, Superintendent of Public Works, determine the method of identifying each of the volunteers at the drop-off. We do have a note that there is no fiscal impact. There is cost, obviously, of disposal of these items at Pearl Street, but that would most likely be offset by the cost of DPW having to pick up these items if volunteers weren't doing it as well, so we had no fiscal impact for this item.
Thank you. Are there any questions from committee members? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Move to
Move to
approve.
approve. Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0245-21. If there are no questions, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? Motion passes. The next item is 0246-21. And again, we need to defer this item until our April 27 meeting due to the fact, I believe the bid came in higher than we had allocated, and staff needs the opportunity to see if they can negotiate this and get it within the range of what we had allocated. So does anyone have any questions for staff on this item? If not, I will entertain a motion to defer until our April 27 meeting.
Move to defer.
Second.
Motion and second to defer item 0246-21 until our April 27 meeting. If there are no questions, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? The motion passes. The next item is 0247-21.
Okay, we have a communication sponsored by Alder Jones on behalf of the city engineer submitting bid results for contract 2021013 CMP to RCP storm sewer replacement. City Engineer Molitor.
Madam Chair, committee members, on Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, at 2 p.m., the Department of Public Works received bids for the contract 2021-013, which is a corrugated metal pipe to a reinforced concrete pipe storm sewer replacement, and submit the same for your approval. The following bids were received. We received two bids from Globe, one from Globe Contractor for $355,175.50. Second bid was from A.W. Oaks and Sons for $381,442. Public Works Department project estimated the project at $359,755.29, and this qualifies for a Racine Works program contract. It is recommended that this contract be awarded to Globe Contractors, Inc. at their base bid of $355,175.50. Funding for this work is available in Org Objects 60484 57570, which is storm sewers.
Thank you, Assistant Commissioner. Are there any questions from committee members? If not, then I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and second to approve item 247-21. If there are no further questions, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is 0249-21.
Madam Chair, we have a communication from Alder Jones on behalf of the Assistant Commissioner of Public Works requesting to waive formal bidding procedures for contract 2021034, City Hall server room, AC unit replacement. Commissioner E.
Yeah, Madam Chairman, committee members, we brought this up at times in the past, regarding our air handling system is on the Johnson Control Medisys system. Obviously, it's imperative for our server room to be on that, to have better control over, the servers in that location. We had $175,000 budgeted for us. Johnson Controls came in with a proposal of $147,958 to replace the existing units. The existing units were Aon brand, that were installed in 2006. Yes, they're only 15 years old. However, unlike your home, where your air just runs in the summer months, these have to run year-round to cool off that room. So it is the normal life on them. Aon produces, they specialize in server room air conditioning as opposed to other companies that are set up more for staffed areas, your home and business. So the proposal is to continue with Aon units. Johnson Controls would modify the controls to bring it back onto their system, and we'd end up with a better system to get us through the next 15 to 20 years. So we're asking that formal bidding procedures be waived, and we proceed with the Johnson Control proposal as submitted.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments from committee members? If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion to approve this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve item 049-21. If there are still no questions, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is 0252-21. Assistant Commissioner Ron?
Yeah, we have a communication sponsored by Alder Jones on behalf of the Commissioner of Public Works, submitting the proposed AT&T utility easement relocation for the West Sixth Street Bridge Replacement Project. Commissioner Rudin.
Madam Chair, committee members, we are submitting the proposed AT&T utility easement relocation for the West Sixth Street Bridge Replacement Project. The easement is required to maintain their utility that is currently attached to the bridge in this location. The bridge is scheduled to be replaced in fall of 2021. There's no fiscal obligation from the city required. If the committee agrees, the appropriate action would be to approve the easement and authorize the mayor to sign the easement agreement.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments from committee members? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0252-21. If there are no further questions or comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion passes. Our next item is 0254-21.
Okay, we have a communication sponsored by Alder Jones on behalf of the Commissioner of Public Works to amend Resolution 0642-20, contract with Precise Underground Marking Corporation. City Engineer Molitor.
Madam Chair, committee members, this is, as stated, was an amendment to the resolution 0642-20, which is contract with Precise Underground Marking Corp. We are correcting one of the items, a contract amount, for the item projects. It was in error that it was entered at $26.58 per hour and it should be corrected to $33.24 per hour to match what was submitted by Precise Underground Marking Corporation on their proposal. The contract billing, is stated as follows, listed, as pre-screens is $12.32 each, locate says $15.77 each, site visits that's $15.77 each, emergency during business hours is $26.58 each, emergency after business hours is $53.74 each, and as the aforementioned projects is $33.24 dollars per hour. Funding for the services is provided by the utility locating company and are available in org object 1402012-52100, which is street lighting professional services. If the committee agrees, the appropriate action would be to approve the amendment to the contract and authorize the mayor and the city clerk to enter into the agreement.
Thank you. Any questions, comments from staff? From committee members, my apology. If not, I would entertain a motion to approve item 0254-21.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0254-21. If there are still no questions or comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Oppose? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is 0258-21. Assistant Commissioner Ron.
Thank you. We have a communication sponsored by Alder Jones on behalf of the Commissioner of Public Works to apply for the 2021 Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources Urban Non-Point Source and Stormwater or Targeted Runoff Management Planning grants for redevelopment areas, planning grants, grant control number 00375. Commissioner Rooney.
Madam Chair, committee members, this actually is something that we brought to committee about 2 years ago or so, that we did apply for. It didn't score well enough to be funded, so we're going to go through the application again. The communication is seeking permission to apply for Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources Urban Non-Point Source and Stormwater Planning Grant. The grant reimburses up to 50% of eligible expenses for comprehensive regional planning to implement the control of urban non-point stormwater runoff pollution from existing urban areas. The locations for these projects would either be in city parks or properties that are under control, and it actually should be Community Development Authority. I use the old RDA in there. These properties can potentially provide space to regionally treat stormwater because of their unique location that currently has existing storm sewers that have large drainage basins are routed through. The estimated cost of the project is $55,000. If the city is awarded the 50/50 cost share, the intent would be to fund the remaining $27,500 from the stormwater utility. If the committee agrees, the appropriate action would be to authorize the city engineer to apply for the grant. And Madam Chair, committee members, this is this authorization to apply. If we're successful, we would bring the grant back, asking permission for it to be accepted at a future meeting.
Thank you. Any questions from committee members? Seeing no questions, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0258-21. Excuse me. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Excuse me. All those, any opposed? If none, excuse me, the motion passes. Our next item is 0261-21. Assistant Commissioner Run.
Okay, we have a communication sponsored by Alder Jones on behalf of the Commissioner of Public Works, submitting a proposal from AECom for a sanitary sewer storage and flow exceedance study. Commissioner Rooney.
Thank you. Madam Chair, and committee members, the city of Racine has received a proposal from AECom to address flow exceedance concerns by the Racine wastewater utility. In response to the exceedances, the city of Racine must demonstrate a plan to mitigate exceedances to the satisfaction of the Racine Wastewater Commission. An approved mitigation plan will ensure that sanitary sewer moratoriums will not be imposed for new extensions of sanitary sewer service for new development. The city of Racine has multiple potential projects in the area of Main and Gould Streets that can address these exceedances. The area has also been identified as a potential location for a wastewater storage / equalization basin. The Racine wastewater utility also has plans to relay a portion of a sanitary sewer beneath Main Street, approximately between William and Augusta Streets. This proposal also involves the conceptual engineering services to coordinate the multiple potential projects in the area to minimize potential conflicts or rework. The services included in the scope of work are evaluating the storage concepts in the Main Street and Gould Street areas, installing and evaluating flow metering and data to support preliminary design of selected concepts, and conceptual design of alternatives. The cost of this proposal is $137,500, and funding is available in org object 40101-52100. If the committee agrees, the appropriate action would be to authorize the mayor and city clerk to enter into the professional services agreement.
Thank you. Any questions from committee members? I just have one question. Would this project affect any property owners in that area? So as to maybe,
There's always that possibility. What the analysis will be looking at ideally will be city-owned properties that are in the area to do this type of storage or equalization on, if that is the recommended alternative. So as you know, the city does own several properties in that vicinity there. We own, the zoo proper. We own, Lakeview Park. We have parking lots that are just south of Walton Street, where the co-op was going to be placed on the north side of Walton there between North Wisconsin and Erie Street. So there are several properties there that, that you could potentially fit an EQ basin in. We can also look to do some of the design potentially to have some of the storage being done within the public right-of-way. So that's what this proposal will do. We'll be able to come up with all the options, hopefully find the least impact and the most cost-effective ways to address these exceedances that the Racine wastewater utility is seeing at the plant during times of wet weather.
thank you. Any questions by committee members? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve this item.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0261-21. If there are no questions, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion passes. Next item on our agenda is 0262-21, Assistant Commissioner Run.
Thank you. We have a communication sponsored by Alder Jones on behalf of the Commissioner of Public Works, resubmitting the right-of-way plat for the Gould Street reconstruction project, WISDOT project ID 2703-11-00. Commissioner Rooney.
Thank you. Madam Chair and committee members, we are going to be resubmitting the right-of-way plat for the Gould Street reconstruction project. A revision was made to one parcel for a temporary limited easement required for some grading. The original submittal of the right-of-way plat relocation order was approved by this committee on October 3rd, 2020, and Common Council on October 20th, 2020. The roadway reconstruction project is scheduled to begin in spring of 2022 and completed that year. There is no fiscal impact or obligation from the city to resubmit this right-of-way plat. If the committee agrees, the appropriate action would be to approve the revised right-of-way plat and authorize the signature of it.
Any questions or comments from committee members? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the item.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve item 0262-21. If there are no further questions or comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion passes, and that exhausts our agenda for this evening. I would just like to say thank you to all staff of Public Works and Service Department and our committee persons. We're not sure how we will be structured for the next season, but we will be losing two of our alders, Alder Land and Alder Levy, have decided to not join us anymore for council. So we wish them well in their new endeavors, whatever they may be. And as you know, we sometimes rotate on the council, so we may not be with you coming up after this meeting because we will have new chairs, new committee members. So would anyone else like to say anything before we adjourn?
I'd
Yes.
like, oh,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
Jen.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Alder Land and Madam Chair. I want to thank everyone on the committee and Public Works staff for the last 2 years. I've really learned a lot from all of you, and I value the important work that you do every day for our city. So I want to thank you very much for making this such a positive experience for me. So thank you. And Madam Chair, you've done a great job this year. It's been a pleasure working with you as our leader, and Alder Land, you did a great job filling in as well when Madam Chair couldn't be with us. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to Madam Chair too. It's been a pleasure to serve as your vice chair. And it's been a pleasure to serve on this committee. And I'd like to thank city staff because they are always so helpful and so knowledgeable about everything. And I don't think people realize what great staff we have at City Hall, but we do have great staff. Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Thank
your
you.
service, and good luck with everything in the future.
Yeah, I'll miss you guys, but
Madam Chair.
I'll still be watching.
Madam Chair, on behalf of Public Works, we'd like to, thank you for your service chairing this committee, and all the aldermen for being on it. Some of these concepts are not easy to grasp, some of the engineering and some of the things that we do. We hope we've done a good job explaining this to you and helping you, shepherd you through the process of being a voting member of Public Works and Services Committee. We look forward to working with whatever alders are on the committee starting later this month. And we wish Alder Land and Alder Levy all the best moving forward. And of course, you all know how to get a hold of us, whether you're alders or not, and we'll always get back to you.
Thank
Thank,
you.
thank you, thank you. Alder Perez, did you wish to say anything?
Yes, ma'am. I've served on this committee for many, many years now, and I think that when I first started in the committee about 6 years ago, I didn't really know what was going on, but Mr. Rooney and all the staff have really been helpful in training us of what is going on and how to interpret it. I appreciate that very much. I thought I knew a little bit about this, knowing some traffic codes and so forth, but I have truly learned so much from you guys as well. And also to Mary and Jen, thank you for your service. It's always been fun on the committee as we go back and forth. And Jen, call me later. I have a question for you. Thank you. And just kind of, at first I was kind of disappointed when I got appointed to the committee, but now I see that it's really been a blessing for me. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Did anyone else have a comment at all from staff? If not, again, thank you. It was an honor to serve as chair of this committee. And good luck again to Alder Land and Alder Levy. And I'm sure I will see Alder Perez and Alder Santiago around later. And if there is nothing else, we will call the meeting adjourned.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Night,
Good night.
everyone. Thank you
Good
again.
night.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.